Hey everyone, this is Corleone from Lightcast Studios. Today we're going to be installing Windows XP on our VirtualBox system. As you can see, we already inserted our disk and we were prompted with the press any key to boot from CD. We already did that and now it's running setup. As you can see, we have different options like running automated system recovery, but we don't need to do that. So we're just going to let setup load its files like the keyboard driver, the video driver, and stuff like that. So once that's done, we'll see setup is loading Windows, or setup is starting Windows, and now you can see that, and we'll see the partitioning window where we can partition the hard drive, reinstall Windows, and do different things like that. As you can see, we have a giant unpartitioned space, which means we have nothing on our hard drive. We can click C to create our partition, and we can also click D to delete a partition if we want to redo it, or do different things like that. Let's say we already had stuff installed, but we're just going to install it on the entire hard drive, so click enter to install, and make sure we're formatting with the NTFS file system, not the quick file systems or the FAT file systems, just the full NTFS file system. So now setup is formatting Windows XP onto our hard drive. As you can see, my hard drive is only 5 GB big, and this is partition 1. So once it's done formatting, we'll be prompted with the setup where we can copy different files onto our computer. This is necessary for the install to finish. And you may see errors on your install, but don't worry about that. You may ignore some of them, but if some of them are necessary, maybe you can look them up to see if they are necessary on Google, and if they are, you may need to get a new boot disk or restart setup. We're just going to let it copy the files, and once that's done, we will continue. As you can see, it's almost done copying all the files, so just gonna let that finish for now. Now it's loading the information files, like INF files, necessary for the setup to complete, obviously. Now it's saving and restarting the computer. This time we're not going to click any key to boot from CD. We're just going to let it run its course, so don't click anything. And once we do that, we will be prompted with the Windows XP setup screen where we will install Windows. But right now you will see the Windows XP logo run, and that just means that Windows XP is starting up, as you can see. Now Windows XP setup is starting. This is the real setup. Before it was just setting up the hard drive, but now Windows XP is actually installing Windows onto your computer, and this may take a little while. This is probably the longest part next to formatting the hard drive. And formatting the hard drive, it all depends on the size of your hard drive. If you have a big terabyte hard drive, it will take a lot longer to format the hard drive. But now we are prompted with the window where we can enter our name. If you have a different service pack, you may not see the language window like I do. So we're just going to type in our name. My name's Corleone Ham, and we're going to type in the organization, Lightcast Studios. And once you see all the windows, it's a breeze from there. But the next window, we're going to enter our computer name, and we're just going to call it WinXP. And my administrator password, for security reasons, I'm not going to tell you. Confirm it. And those are about the only windows I see. You will see other windows like entering your product key, other things like that, but I don't see that because I am installing on VirtualBox, and the boot that I installed from my computer and downloaded from another computer doesn't have those options, so I'm just going to let it run its course, and that's about it. So once it's finished copying the files, it's going to install start menu items and different things like that, and delete the temporary files. As you can see, it's almost just about done, and once those things are done, that's about it. Windows will restart, and you don't need to run the setup. You can even take out the setup disk if you want, and you will see the login window where you will see it says configuring Windows, starting up Windows, and stuff like that. Well, I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. This is Lightcast Studios. Don't forget to comment, rate, subscribe, and thanks for watching. Now you know how to install Windows XP onto your PC.